What's happening, everybody? How we doing tonight? We got something good coming your way. I'm ready for this. I'm excited. I've been wanting to do this since the start. I've been wanting to do this for the last year, and tonight we are going to do it. And that is my personal favorite horror movie of every year that I've been alive. Every year of my life. We're not going to include 2025 on this list because it's only February. We still got 10 months to go. It wouldn't be a fair judgment on 2025 if we were to include it. So we're going to go every year from 1992 to 2024. Now, some of these years were pretty damn easy. Some of them were pretty friggin' hard. Now, I am going to include an honorable mention for each one of those years. So we're going to have, to 64 movies here. We're going to have basically two for every year. My favorite and then the honorable mention. I'm not going to be able to go into too deep a detail on a lot of these movies because we'd be here all night. We'd be here for hours. So I'm just going to give a quick rundown year by year. I know that a lot of other people have done this, but it's something I've always wanted to do. It's really made me think hard because some of these years there were some good movies and it was difficult. But we're gonna dive into this. I'm excited. So I've got my list here. We're gonna start with the year 1992. This was a pretty easy year. My favorite movie from 1992, my favorite horror movie, the original Candyman. God bless Tony Todd. That's the psychological slasher aspect of Candyman was epic. It just came out. Imagine if Candyman came out 5 years earlier. I think it would be much more renowned and much more, beloved in the horror community. And it does suck that Candyman 2 and 3 weren't so great. That reboot from 2021 was pretty good. I'm all right with it. But Candyman is definitely my favorite from 92. And then my honorable mention goes to Army of Darkness. Along with Scream, The Evil Dead, I do not think has a bad movie in the franchise. Every single one of them is a banger. 1993 was a pretty rough year. Now, you guys might not consider this movie a horror movie, but it's got some horrific elements, and I'm picking it because 93 was such garbage for horror, and that is The Good Son with Macaulay Culkin and Elijah Wood. This was what all horror fans imagine Kevin McAllister was really like. I do think that's just a wonderfully made movie. And then my honorable mention goes to Doppelganger with Drew Barrymore. Oh my God, that is a freaking crazy movie. Not a lot of people know about it, but I do really, really enjoy it. I like it. 1994. That's another kind of a crummy year, but you got two good movies in there. Now, it's between these two. Freddy Krueger, we got Wes Craven's New Nightmare. Yes, the meta aspect to the Nightmare on Elm franchise, we needed a comeback after Freddy's dead. Wes Craven's New Nightmare takes the cake. And then the honorable mention goes to In the Mouth of Madness, one of John Carpenter's last good films. 1995, a really rough year. Seven takes it. The best horror movie of 95. And this is to show how sad the 1995 was that I am putting Halloween 6 as my honorable mention. Don't even get me started. Please don't bash me. 1996. Here we go. What do you think? Scream. Obviously, nothing beats it. But the honorable mention goes to The Craft from 1996. Nev is a witch. Bonnie Harper, come on. That was a great, great movie. Even my wife enjoys it. I'm happy. 1997. I Know What You Did Last Summer. I know I've talked a lot about that movie. Why it means so much to me. But, it's fantastic. I love it. It's got that special, special spot in my heart. Excuse me. And then my honorable mention goes to Scream 2. 1998. We've got a kind of a hard year to pick. Some good movies in there, but if you look behind me here, number one, my favorite horror movie of 98 has got to be The Faculty. Josh Hart and Elijah Wood, they're talking about the remake, they're doing a reimagining of The Faculty. You can't do it without Zeke. You're not going to be able to pull it off. Please don't touch that. Please don't. But, it's Hollywood. They'll ruin it. Honorable mention goes to the original Urban Legend. That pretty much last good slasher after Scream. Good cast in there. Rebecca Gayheart is a crazy psycho killer. I'm down. 1999 is going to be Idle Hands. I love it. I'm the farthest thing from a stoner, but that movie is a blast. Seth Green, David Sawa, Jessica Alba, and they're real young at the time. It was just great. The honorable mention goes to Stir of Echoes with Kevin Bacon. A fantastic movie. If you guys have not seen it, I highly, highly recommend it. The year 2000 is going to What Lies Beneath. Harrison Ford, Michelle Pfeiffer, just the top 10 favorite horror movie of mine. One of my all-time favorite movies. Seeing Harrison Ford in a role like that is just amazing. And Michelle Pfeiffer just kills it like she always does. And then my honorable mention for 2000 is going to the original Final Destination. I am very, very excited to finally introduce my wife to the Final Destination franchise. I believe I showed her the original back when we first started dating, but it's been a while. I got to refresh her. Got to get her ready for Final Destination Bloodlines. Last time we're going to see Tony Todd on the big screen. I'm excited for it, but the original, definitely a classic. 2001 was a hard year for me to pick because I'm not going to lie. You got a lot in here, but 13 Ghosts has got to take it for me. And then the honorable mention is going to Valentine. You got David Boreanaz, you got Angel in there as the killer. I love it. It's not because of Denise Richards. Marley Shelton in there, Katherine Hagel. You got a great young cast in there. It was good for the times, but I think that's a pretty underrated slasher. 2002. Now, a lot of people might not consider this a horror movie, but Eight-Legged Freaks. Going and seeing that, going to see Dewey in that movie as a kid in the theater was a blast. Those crazy giant spiders. I love it. My wife loves it. It's an every year watch for me. And then my honorable mention is going to The Ring, the original The Ring. I remember watching that over and over and over again on VHS. Just a great, crazy movie. 2003 was pretty easy, but what's number one, what's number two? But I got to put it because it's original. The original Wrong Turn from 2003 is my favorite. And then the honorable mention goes to the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake. Arguably, that one remake that could arguably be better than the original. I can't put it above the original, but a lot of people do. 2004, we've got the original Saw. Pretty much the only one that I absolutely love out of the 10. The one that I can't live without is that original. But, I thought long and hard about this, but my honorable mention is going to The Grudge because of Buffy. Sorry, Sarah Michelle Gellar, whatever. It is what it is. 2005, we've got Hide and Seek. Robert De Niro, little Dakota Fanning in there. A really suspenseful, crazy movie. I really like it. Elizabeth Shue is in there. I think it's very, very well made. And then House of Wax. That was a good movie to sneak into when I was younger. I loved it. I'll watch that every now and then. Now we're at 2006. Now, this is going to be funny because I have two remakes here. And that is the remake to The Hills Have Eyes. And then the remake to When a Stranger Calls. Both 70s adaptations that were remade in 2006. Both fantastic. Do not pay and do not disrespect the original films in any sort of way. They're both excellent. 2007 was difficult because no, Rob Zombie's Halloween is not on here. We are going with Trick or Treat. And then an honorable mention to 30 Days of Night, a pretty good vampire movie. 2008 was hard. I've got The Strangers, and then an honorable mention to Saw 5. 2009 We've got Jennifer's Body. And then an honorable mention to My Bloody Valentine 3D. Jensen Ackles, that was pretty cool. A good experience in the theater as a teenager. I did like it, not gonna lie. 2010, we've got the original Insidious by a landslide. That's up here. But then in 2010, we've also got Black Swan. Now, a lot of people will argue, is that horror? Is that not? There's horrific elements, so I'm throwing it in there. It just, Natalie Portman, Winona Ryder. It's a great, great movie. My wife will even watch it, so I'm happy with it. 2011, Scream 4. Scream 4. And then honorable mention is going to the remake of Fright Night. Didn't mind that at all. Pretty damn good. I'm all right with it. Now, 2012 was pretty difficult for me. We've got the Maniac remake with Elijah Wood, and then an honorable mention to The Cabin in the Woods. Not a great year for horror, but I'm all right with that. It's okay. 2013, an excellent year. The Conjuring. The original Conjuring has arguably been the greatest horror-going experience of my life so far. Overall, best horror movie that I've seen in the theater from top to bottom. But then we had the Evil Dead reboot. I mean, good God, that was fantastic. Like I said before, not a bad flick in that franchise. And the Evil Dead, it's overall excellent. But 2014, I'm going with, this might be a little odd for some people, but the original Annabelle. I have a soft spot for the original Annabelle. And then honorable mention goes to It Follows. 2015, Insidious Chapter 3, and then an honorable mention to Krampus. 2016, now we've got The Conjuring 2, a very, very solid sequel, and then I'm going with the original Terrifier. I can have fun with it. It's crazy to watch with my buddies, but not my wife. 2017, It Chapter 1, very, very, very good adaptation, very good reimagining of that miniseries that, with the kids. It was excellent. Really, really enjoyed that. And then honorable mention is going to Happy Death Day. A freaking fun time in the theater. I was so, my wife loves it. I can watch that with her. It's a blast. It's a very, very good time. Now, 2018. All right. We've got Halloween 2018. The most anticipated movie of my life, basically. From day one, just ready to rumble on that, and walked out of the theater satisfied. I was not upset. I was satisfied. And then the honorable mention is going to have to go to A Quiet Place. A pretty damn good horror movie there. I like it. 2019, a pretty easy year. 2 excellent movies. Dr. Sleep. 39 years later, you see little Danny all grown up. Ewan McGregor, excellent in that role. That sequel to The Shining, I'm totally down with it. And then an honorable mention is going to Ready or Not. We'll see if Ready or Not 2 actually happens. Samara Weaving coming back. I'm down for this. That was a blast, an absolute blast. Now, we've got 2020. The Invisible Man with Elizabeth Moss. My wife, once again, she loves that. That was an absolutely fantastic, Universal Monster kind of adaptation, remake, whatever you want to call it. It was excellent. I loved it. And the honorable mention for 2020 is going to Freaky. Freaky Friday horror. Vince Vaughn, Catherine Newton. That was a really, really fun movie for me. I liked it a lot. 2021 was a difficult year for horror, so I'm gotta go kind of legacy-ish on this. So I'm going with Halloween Kills, and then an honorable mention to the Candyman reboot. I was all right with both of them. I'm okay with that. Now, 2022 is going to X and Pearl. Oh my God. Where did Mia Goth come from? Holy shit. That woman has carved herself out a is a freaking staple of a Scream Queen. She is fantastic. You know, I loved it. Loved them both. 2023, we are going with Thanksgiving. That was an out of nowhere, a really, really fun holiday themed slasher. You know, John Carver, this, you know, new cool killer, Patrick Dempsey. It was fun. I really, really enjoyed Thanksgiving. And then my honorable mention for 2023, we got Mia Goth again. We've got Infinity Pool. Holy shit, she has got range. She is a nutball. Holy crap. Woo, I would not want to fuck with that woman. And then last but not least, we are going to 2024, the last year on this list, and Maxine motherfucking Minx. Holy shit, that was a really fun time. This crime slasher thriller dramatic horror movie, whatever the hell you want to call it. It was a really good time in the theater. Ty West did a good job wrapping up that trilogy. Like I said, Mia Goth just knocks it out of the park. It was really cool seeing Kevin Bacon in there. Really good movie. I really did enjoy it. The honorable mention for 2024 is going to Alien Romulus. I really felt like I was going back to the roots of the way Alien really was intended, the way Ridley Scott really intended it to be. I was really hoping, you know, because it took place between Alien and Aliens. I thought I was going to see, you know, maybe a little flashback kind of thing with maybe Ripley in that pod sleeping. Who knows? We didn't get that, but I'm all right. Alien Romulus, Maxine, finish off 2024. So, you know, I had to go quick because I didn't want to be here all night, but I thought it'd be fun to do this. So I went over my favorite 2 horror movies of every year that I've been alive. I really wanted to do this. I did it. Let me know what you guys think. You know, let me know some of your guys' favorite horror movies of the year you were born, or of, you know, I don't know, the last couple of years, you know. Let me know if there's anything, you know, I missed. I could have missed something insane from 1993. No, not Jason Goes to Hell. Sorry. No. But you never ever know. This was just my personal opinion, and I just really wanted to do this and get it out here because I know I have had a couple of requests. A couple of people have commented and told me to do this, so I was excited to give it a shot. So I got some good things coming up soon. Life's still been pretty busy, lots going on, but I got to carve out some time for you guys because it's really, really fun. I've hit 600 subscribers in a year. It's pretty cool, you know. I'm that little engine that could. I'm, you know, just that little nobody on the block, but it still feels pretty cool, and I'm very, very happy, and it does motivate me to keep going. So like and subscribe if you want to see more, and just let me know what you guys, if you have any other cool original ideas. I do have some more ideas of my own, but you know, just the feedback I get and these random cool ideas, it is fun, and it makes me really feel like I've made a lot of friends and interactions with you guys, and it's just so heartwarming, and it makes me want to keep going. So thank you guys very much. Until next time, we'll take it easy.